What's wrong with me? I keep asking myself over and over again, and it feels like everything is crumbling around me. And I still can't tell if I'm losing touch with reality or if it's just everyone else pretending that nothing's wrong. But I know something's wrong. This feeling, it's been growing. And I thought I could keep it together, but the truth is I'm unraveling. And I don't know how to stop it. It's like in the bell jar. Just starting off so strong, but piece by piece, it's all just slipping away. The clarity, the focus, the control, it all disappears. And that's what's happening to me. I'm changing, and not for the better. People keep asking me what's wrong with me, and the truth is I don't even know. People wonder if I'm just a woman trapped in a world of societal expectations, but no, it's more than that. It's like I'm Sylvia Plath, or at least a reflection of Plath in her world. All of this confusion, this darkness that surrounds me, it's Plath's voice speaking through me. It's like she gave me her pain. And the worst part is everyone around me is staying the same. My mother, Miss Greenwood, she's so certain of what I should be, who I should become. It's suffocating. And Buddy Willard, he is the perfect example of, everything in society, what they want me to be, this clean-cut image, he has his confidence and he knows what he's thinking and he knows everything, and he doesn't understand me at all. They are static. They don't change. It's like they are immune to the pain and the pressure and the confusion, and that is slowly tearing me apart. Sylvia made them the way that they are on purpose. Miss Greenwood and Buddy, they're symbols of the world that keeps pushing Esther, me, apart. It's just like I'm being pushed into this corner, and no matter how hard I try to break down, they won't bend. They're constant, unmovable, and that makes everything harder. I think Plath wrote this because it was the only way she could make sense of the weight that was carrying. The confusion, the depression, the anger, it all had to go somewhere. Writing was her outlet. And for someone who felt so trapped, so suffocated, putting it on the page was her only release. Plath didn't want to write for an audience of depressed teenagers. Though it feels like I was born from that same pool of darkness, I think she wrote it for people like her. People who carry something heavy that no one else cares to see. The story told from Esther's point of view, Sylvia Plath makes you feel like you're trapped inside her head. And that's the thing. It's suffocating. I don't know how else to describe it. Because you see this world as she does, distant, warped, unkind. If the story was told from someone else's perspective, like Buddy's, it wouldn't work. You just wouldn't feel her slipping away. You wouldn't understand. Plath forces you to live in Esther's head, to see what it's like when everything starts to collapse, when the world loses its color. That's why it's powerful, because it mirrors what so many of us go through, even if we don't say it out loud. And Plath, her personality seeps through every page and every line of the bell jar. The numbness, the rage, the feeling of being lost, it's all there. Because it's all her, and the novel is just so much more than a story. It's a cry for help. Her personal struggles were laid bare, and that's why it feels so intense. So raw. Plath wasn't just writing a character, she was writing herself. And for me, it was Buddy, betrayal of my trust. That's where things started to break down. And for Sylvia, I think her whole life felt like a series of betrayal. Society, expectations, love. It all fell apart. She gave me that pain, that sense of being let down, being misunderstood. Writing was all Plath had left. She couldn't scream. She couldn't escape the bell jar that surrounded her. So she wrote. It was her way of releasing all that pressure of trying to make sense of the chaos inside her mind. But it was the only way she could help herself from falling apart completely. And I think Plath knew that the world around Esther had to stay still. My world is remaining static. Because that's the part of the trap. It makes the reader, hell, it makes everything feel isolated so much more deeply, and that's the same for me, and then I'm changing, or maybe I'm disappearing. And my mother, Buddy, they're exactly as they've always been. And that's why I feel so alone. So here I am, slowly losing my grip while everyone else stays the same. And I keep asking myself, the same questions over and over again. What's wrong with me?